Hello students, welcome to class. Okay, today is next part of your chapter digestive system. Okay, so we were on bile juice. Okay, intestinal juice. So there are two types of intestinal juices, that is bile and pancreatic juices. Okay, bile and pancreatic juices. So what is the bile juice? Bile juice is produced, bile is produced in liver. Okay, it is produced in liver. It either directly poured into the duodenum, okay, duodenum part, or it will be stored in the gallbladder, and then it will be poured into the duodenum part, okay, by the gallbladder. So it is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, color of the bile is little yellowish. Okay, yellowish. It's due to two pigments, that is bilirubin and biliverdin. There are two types of pigments, bilirubin and biliverdin. Due to this, the color of bile is yellowish. Okay, these two pigments contain sodium bicarbonate. Okay, sodium bicarbonate. It's a base. Okay, it's a base. So what it do? It neutralize the food of the it neutralize the acid content of the food. Okay, it neutralize the food and makes it alkaline. From acidic it convert it into alkaline. Okay, if you remember, I have told you that the food in our stomach after 3 hours, it is called chyme. So it's acidic chyme. It converts then in HCO3, that means sodium bicarbonate converted into alkaline chyme. Okay. So the bilirubin and biliverdin, these are produced by the breakdown of old RBCs. Old RBCs get break down and then form bilirubin and biliverdin in the liver. Okay. So what is the role of bile? What will be its function? It converts the fat into emulsified fat. Emulsification. What is emulsification? When we convert the fats, which are the larger molecules, into the very small, simpler form. Okay, that is the glycerol or fatty acids. Fatty acids and glycerol is the simpler form of the fat. So we have to convert it into it will be called emulsified fat. Okay, by the process of emulsification. One thing, another, it converts acidic chyme into alkaline chyme. Okay, it's very important when the food passes into small intestine or large intestine, it must be in alkaline medium. Okay, so that is, it will convert it into alkaline chyme. So this was the bile. Next there is pancreatic juices. Pancreatic juice produced in the pancreas. Okay, it produced in pancreas. Pancreas located behind the stomach. Okay, the duct from the pancreas, a duct which contains this pancreatic juice directly open into the duodenum part. Okay, duodenum part. The pancreatic juices contain three types of enzymes. There are amylopsin, second trypsin, and third strepsin. So what do amylopsin do? It digests starch into maltose. Okay, some starch digested in the mouth. Okay, but leftover starch will be digested to maltose by amylopsin. Next there is trypsin. Trypsin digests the proteins into peptides, polypeptides, and amino acids. Amino acids are the simpler form of the proteins. Okay, next there is strepsin. Strepsin digests the emulsified fat. The emulsified fat, where the fat was converted into emulsified fat by the bile juice. Next there is that emulsified fat will be converted into fatty acids and glycerol by the enzyme strepsin. Okay, so this was the functions of bile juice. Okay, next there is absorption of food. Absorption of food will be occur in small intestine completely. Okay, there are large number of villi which increase the surface area for the absorption. Okay, so fatty acids, glycerol, amino acids, simple sugars, simpler form will be now absorbed, okay, in the body. Next there is large intestine. The remained food then passes to the large intestine. Okay, now large intestine has, it's 1.5 meter long. Okay, 1.5. It having three parts. Three part, that is cecum, colon and rectum. I have shown it here. It's the junction point from between small intestine and large intestine, that is called cecum. Okay, next there is, the next part is colon. Okay, this one is colon. The major part is called colon. Colon also divided into three parts, that is ascending colon, transverse colon and descending colon. Okay, after that there is rectum. Rectum part is this. This one part is rectum. Rectum opens it into anus. Okay, it opens into anus. Anus contains sphincter. Okay, sphincter having circular muscles. It relaxes and it contracts. Okay, sometimes it will relax when we have to pass the bowels or the fecus, then it will be open, and then after other all time it will be closed. Okay, next there is functions of it. So there is no enzyme secretion in the large intestine. Okay, it does not secrete any enzyme. It may mainly absorb the water more than food content. Okay, it absorbs water from that undigested food. After absorbing lots of water, then that semi-solid, it's called now fecus. Okay, semi-solid undigested food is now called fecus. It have to expelled out from the body. Okay, so it is expelled out through the anus, and this process is called defecation. Okay, in defecation, that means to expel out the fecus. Okay, a fecus contains 75% of water, 25% of solid substances, 30% dead bacteria, okay, 10 to 20% fat, 2 to 3% proteins, and 30% roughage. Okay, so this was the large intestine. And one more thing, the bacterial action. Okay, the bacteria acted on this undigested food. That's why a very bad smell comes from the fecus due to bacterial action on it. The next topic is assimilation of food. Assimilation of food, that means conversion of absorbed digested food into the body material. Okay, assimilation of food. Assimilate means to absorb things. Okay, to assimilate, to contain it in the body. Okay, so conversion of absorbed digested food, whatever we have eat, whatever food we digested in our body, we absorbed it. Okay, now it's time to assimilate in the body. Okay, so it can be done by two ways, two systems. That is, first one is hepatic portal system, another one is lymphatic system. Okay, hepatic portal system means, hepatic word is for liver. Okay, so assimilation, main function of liver is to assimilate things. Okay, so hepatic portal system, there is a vein, hepatic portal vein, it will bring things to the liver. Okay, and another one is lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is the system of our body. It's different from blood circulatory system. Okay, lymphatic system is contain a complete channel, okay, in the body, and it contains some fluid. Okay, it's white. It contains WBC in it. Only WBCs are there, no RBCs. Okay, so lymphatic system, they transport the absorbed food in our body. Okay, so there is, if we will talk about first glucose. Okay, glucose, as you know, glucose is very important as it gives us energy. Whatever we eat, it converts into glucose so that we can get energy to do any work. Okay, so hepatic vein carry excess glucose to the liver. Okay, it converts it into the liver. This process is called glycogenesis. Okay, this process is called glycogenesis, when glucose is converted into glycogen. This glycogen is insoluble form. Okay, insoluble form. This is soluble. Okay, it will be soluble into the in our blood, and it will then used by the cells during cellular respiration. Okay, but glycogen is insoluble form. So so liver, when excess glucose liver gets, it converts it into the glycogen, so it can be stored there, and when it needed, then again glycogen will convert into glucose. So conversion of glucose into glycogen is called glycogenesis. And then when it is needed, again liver convert the glycogen into glucose. This process is called glycogenolysis. Two are different things. Okay, glucose to glycogen, glycogenesis, and glycogen to glucose is glycogenolysis. Okay. After that, assimilation of amino acids. Amino acids act as building blocks of the body. Okay. As you know, protein serves as a building block. Okay, and the amino acids are the simpler form of proteins. So amino acid mainly functions as building blocks. Okay, it circulates in the body all over time. It does not store. It cannot be stored anywhere. Okay, so it directly work as building blocks. After that, if breakdown of extra amino acid, if there is extra amino acid in our body, so extra amino acid will again passes to the liver and it will break down it into into urea. Okay, and urea then expelled out from the urine. Okay, so this process is called deamination. Breakdown of amino acids in liver is called deamination. Okay, after that there is assimilation of fatty acid and glycerols, that means fat. So transported by villi and lymphatic system. It is absorbed and transported by villi. Okay, villi which were present in the small intestine. Okay, and the lymphatic system also. So it will be transported through this. Okay, so after that there is liver. Liver has so many functions as we have told about it. Liver is the largest gland of the body. Okay, largest gland. Why we are saying gland? Because it secretes so many things in the body. Okay, it is 1500 gram in weight. 1500 gram. It's of reddish brown color. Okay, and liver has lots of functions. Okay, it secretes enzymes and it breaks down so many things. It produces bile juice. Okay, and it's located in the upper right side of the abdomen. Okay, right side of the abdomen. Okay, so next there is certain experiments on digestion. We will do it in next session. Okay, thank you.